Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Nerds Human, and welcome back to our Medieval 2 American Rebels campaign. And you join us over here in the centre of the map with the Tarascans. Well, they're looking a little bit in trouble, aren't they? We have their two final cities under siege, and whilst this has an awful lot to take us on, we certainly have an opportunity here. The Aztecs have another city under siege, so these chaps can't take it. And of course, with victory over these two, we can gain the rest of their forces, and that would make a huge difference, particularly heading north to take on the Chichimecs, who seem to have taken quite a bit of our territory. In the meantime, as you may remember, the Apaches are pretty much at death's door up in the north. We do have them under siege, albeit there is a full stack in there, unfortunately. I'd like to have that for myself, but there are plenty of other little forces dotted around that we can grab once we defeat them. Hopefully we'll win one of these two at the very least. The Apache seems like a matter of time. This one is still very much in the balance. Probably the hardest of the three, though, will be these chaps, the Mayans, who, yes, have a lot more forces than I'd probably like, actually, because there's still the city force in behind there. This army is not going to be able to do it by itself. So if we can grab these two together, maybe, just maybe, we can win victories out in the field. Actually, probably best bring this over here first. Let's see about that. We also might try and outmaneuver these guys up in the north here. It's going to be tricky to pull off, but these scouts, I might just be able to pull them out of position enough with these chaps if I'm lucky. I'd rather move here first. Okay, no more troops. And then this place looks fairly empty, actually. I guess we could try and make our way up there, but you never know. These guys probably have eyes on us at this point. Anyway, for the time being, it's way best to head into these two towns here. And let us start off then with the more likely of the two victories. This one seems... oh, it's the Emperor himself. Okay, so plenty of command to take care of, but is there much else? Not really. Okay, high command, which is good if he's around, but other than that, we should hopefully be able to defeat them without too much trouble. Let's head in. Let's take out the first of their two cities. As you might well expect, I'm going for as many entry points as possible. Mostly it's the trash coming up to the walls here. And of course we are trying to stretch ourselves as far as possible to get the surrounds where we can. We do have one unit of not trash coming up to the walls here on the siege tower. Tarascan archers. Oh good, they're going to absolutely slaughter them. So. These chaps are, yeah, they're taking on those guys over there. Who are you? You're basic Tarascan archers. Okay, that is marvellous. So we should be doing okay. Okay, they've already ran away. That's fine. They're okay. Fine. These guys probably need to like run in and help like right now. That'd probably be a good idea. Fine. Okay, some of them are running away. That's because the bodyguard is actually up there. I wasn't expecting him to be up there. Albeit, if we have actually got the ram to the gate, then... yeah, that gives us another option. Okay, Mr. General. Does that change your plan? I hope it does. Now, if the General is going to go back to the plaza and get shot down later, that would very much be what I want to see. But we shall see, I suppose. Now, these guys... okay, we are still facing some of those archers, but they are not having a very good time of it. We've barely lost anything so far. Of course, this one chap over here. Yeah, I'm of course just trying to hold back some of them slightly more solid infantry just for a bit later in case we do need to take care of that general. Over on this side are their routing, which is not particularly what I wanted to see. How much damage did they do? They killed about half the unit. With any luck, then we can still do something over there. Fire arrows, you guys come over and take them on. Deal with them. What about the general? Is he fleeing back? Yeah, he's moving back for the time being. What we need to do, I think, is gain proper control of this gateway. And then we can try and get some of our other archers up in this direction. You know what, guys? You come over here and help us out. All of you, try and get you up onto the walls. Thankfully, despite a couple breaks, we're not doing too badly here. Now, I am getting my archers to come and climb this wall, although I'd rather they do it from the... can you please do it this way, actually, lads? This seems like a much more sensible way of climbing that wall, seeing as they are currently standing over there. Thank you very much. We have now got our Jaguar warriors to come and help out over here. They seem to have done the job. It's absolutely marvellous. So over on this side of the wall, we have taken it without too much trouble. And that should mean now we can get these archers up on the walls, and they're probably going to, yeah, they're retreating in the general direction of the plaza. As we start shooting them with arrows, some of them, of course, are going to start charging us, but we're going to attempt to get around the back. Largely, we just got these guys on guard, but not so much at the back, actually. We might as well start sending some of them into a slightly more attacking mode, and we'll just shoot down these guys with the arrows in the meantime. Not quite sure how you're struggling to work this one out, lads. Just step forward a few inches. I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine. How have you routed? You were the ones in their flank. Absolutely ludicrous. Anyway, these guys being as useless as ever, let's just get our actual infantry forward, shall we? Slightly ridiculous. You chaps, can you all start throwing in your javelins as well, just to make sure we cause a few problems for them? Thank you very much. They're not even very good. We're making them look rather brilliant, aren't we? These javelin men are refusing to throw javelins in because their friends are there, but they're complete useless cowards, so I suspect it would be best if they bothered, but apparently they don't want to. This one's going to take a while. Looks like the general is going to charge in, and that's not particularly what I want to see. Can he please stop? No. Okey poke. We just pull back, let the infantry do this job, please. Javelinman, then you can do your javelin stuff in a moment. There we go. That's what you want to see. He's under 33. Not quite as low as I'd like when we get into this melee, but hey, that's just the way it's going to have to go. You, sirs, can you try and get around the flank? That would be marvellous. You're right at the front, but again, any flanking would be absolutely perfect. There we go. Yeah, some of them into the flank. Right, he's down to 28, which isn't terrible. And we're down to the last few troops then of the general unit fighting us manfully in the streets. We have got the surround in at this point. Last few of these guys being shot very terribly. There we go, there's the Emperor. In fairness, we didn't actually lose more men than them, so not the worst thing in the world. You can see the Jaguar warriors there. 103 casualties inflicted to their 53, which, you know, is only 2 for 1, but that's about as good as I can hope for, so well done, my good sirs. And down they go, just the one settlement remaining. Sack the city. That was a lot of money, it should be said. A noble death for this guy who apparently mattered. Oh! What? That was soon. I guess they're our generals. Well. I suppose this guy wasn't allowed to join me then. I was not expecting that. Okay, I guess I probably could have checked if these guys had any other troops around, but there we are. Right, so we get some of the Shushashike. I have no idea how to pronounce that, and I probably shouldn't have even tried. Nonetheless, there are a few extra troops joining us now. Some peasants over there. A couple men over here and there. This is a decent little force, a bit like the one I took out last time. And yeah, yet more coming to join the party. On the note of joining the party, though, are the Aztecs, who are coming in with more men. I wish they hadn't. Wish it wasn't them besieging me at this point, because this could be a lot more interesting. But what we could do, I suppose, is get as many men as we can in the direction of Pulpo, and we want to really gather our forces in that direction. Now, if we can manage to take out the Chichimecs are right there. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I will fight you, my good sir, but we'll work out what the best army is now. Okay, so there's the faction destroyed. I was expecting a slightly different icon. Is it always the icon? I've been playing too much Rome, I think. Anyway, the Tarascans are gone. I didn't realise that was the last general, but he did fight to the very last, so fair play to him. I'm glad to do it that way round now. That would have been awfully embarrassing had I done the big dramatic battle first of all. Turns out they're near defeat. Well, it wasn't near defeat. I was always going to win that, but the amount of losses we took wasn't in vain in the end. However, we are going to have to flee these territories over here, at least for the short term, because yeah, hopefully Zakapoo can fend off the Aztecs in the siege. I'm not going to waste my armies by taking them on, but if we can get some of these men up north to take on the Chichimecs, I'll be very happy indeed. Okay, so we've got ourselves, this is our force, obviously. I'll tell you what, we'll leave a unit of peasants in there. If we lose this to Aztecs, whatever, I just don't want the Chichimecs to take anything. So what are their cities? They've got one over here. That's the one we lost at the very start of the game. So I'm not sure you can really get there without going... Okay, there is maybe a long way round. I'm not sure there is, though. Okay, I think we're pretty safe just to head north. So let's grab this army here. I'm just going to get rid of a few of these trash units. They can step aside for the moment. A few of my slightly better lads. Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking. Now we are playing ball. And that looks like a much better force. Fine. Gather them together. Marvellous. And you, sir, head ever north as well. Suddenly we have 3.5 odd stacks over here in the centre of the map. That's looking good. As I say, we're going to give up all of this to the Aztecs, the flax cannons, and the Spanish. But there's a big pile of Aztecs down here. Yeah, they've already taken Zhizhalaju, and why do I do apologise for these pronunciations. I often have some idea when it's Europe, but with the Americas I really don't, and I really should just stop trying to pronounce some of these. Nonetheless, this area of the map we're just going to give up on, as I said. We'll perhaps, we will reconvene with this once we take care of the Chichimecs, who, I'll be honest, with that force on our side, the pincer movement is going to close in on them very soon indeed. Now, if we could we hold these guys? The thing is, I'm just going to step a little bit further. If I can hold them off for long enough, then I can hopefully get these guys down south sooner rather than later. Because this is Chichimec right now. I'm a little bit concerned about them heading up this little coastline. We'll have to see where they're headed once we have some eyes on the ground. But we'll just do what we can for the time being. Okay, lots and lots and lots of forces over in this part of the world are coming together. We're going to pincer movement the Chichimecs, which is going to be fantastic. And for now, I need to figure out what I'm going to do with the Mayans. The sneak forwards towards Chichen Itza then is slowly making its move. Hopefully we're well hidden here. I think if you use up all your movement points, you don't properly hide in the forest. So with any luck, we'll be able to pull them in the direction we want and make our move. But we'll see about that. As for the rest of this, there does seem to be an awful lot around here. And I don't like how close they are. They can all sort of support each other mutually right now. Which makes me think that I'm probably best trying to just outmaneuver. So perhaps I'm running over here for the meantime is probably a good plan, I would think. As for these guys, perhaps just back into the city for the short term, and we'll see how all that goes. We'll just send these 13 forward just to keep a little eye on the road. There we go. We can still see what's going on. At this point, it's probably time to end our turn and see what's coming for us. Luckily, this is the force that was hanging over here before, so it seems like we've managed to outmaneuver them with this army, which is good. He's going to retreat. Unfortunately, he's going to get himself slaughtered, which is a shame, but it's only 13 men at the end of the day. So. We ambushed them. Of course we decided. They knew nothing of the attack. Well, I was hoping to not face these guys. Obviously, the computer's done its classic thing where it knows we're hiding here. Or maybe there's a spy, I don't really know. Either way, they knew nothing of the attack. Well, if this army was ever going to achieve anything, this is probably the situation for it. So we have Volton, the war leader here. Now, he's an effective ambusher, but he's the one being ambushed right now. Nothing too interesting, apart from dysfunction, actually. Now, I'm pretty certain ambushes have, like, I'm not sure it's like a -3 to morale, but it's a big chunk of negative for the people who are being ambushed. That's potentially up to -4 at this point. So this could be our opportunity. And if we can smash that army, ooh, with this guy having eluded the other guy, oh yeah, chicken pizza will be ours before too long. Oh, this could be very good indeed. I mean, there's a good chance we just absolutely get slaughtered because these are good units and excellent morale. excellent morale all around pretty much, apart from these javelin men. So what I probably want to do, I guess, is see if we can get these javelin men round here nice and quick. See if we can round them up, because this is going to be, I mean, I'd have no chance against this in any other circumstance, but right now, in an ambush, you never know. Let's it in. Let's see if we can pull this one off. Naturally, they picked a terrible, terrible day for the battle, and strangely, they're the ones in the trees, not us, in spite of the fact that we're the ones who are supposed to be doing the ambushing. But, you know, it is what it is. So. We're going to get as many troops as possible into a couple units and hopefully clear them out. These guys are broken, apparently fighting to the death already. Interesting. That means that we immediately should move on to these chaps, I suppose. Archers, probably go off skirmish where at all possible. Oh, these archers actually already way in trouble. So I'm just going to bring them back over here, because what we really want to do at the start here, I think, is just try and clear out a couple units, try and get a few of them to rout, and whilst we do that, hopefully, what have we got over here? That's a tree, not their banner. Okay. Yeah, once we've got a few of them routing, we can hopefully try and regroup. Temple Guard over there, start lobbing in some of your hornets and all of that nonsense. Mine javelins are chasing down our archers, but to be honest, I suspect we can just try and shoot him down momentarily. Native warriors, can you start to deal with that general? General's very isolated, isn't he? Very isolated indeed. I think this entire section just needs to start shifting over there, actually, as much as possible. That, I think, might be a good idea. You shoot into the back of those Temple Guard. All of the archers in the world, please start charging in. You get around the back of that general. Now, they were breaking, weren't they? Which is good. That can keep them distracted just a little bit. And now, okay, on top of that general. He is... Right, he's got plenty of men still, but hopefully, we can whittle him down. What do we want to be hitting right now? I would say all of that. Where's my general? General's a bit split up. He does need to just get into that fight. That's the fight you need to be involved in. That's what you need to be doing. Right. Get into battle. We need to take out this guy whilst he's a little bit isolated. These guys start shooting into them. And can we get some of these chaps to come join this battle? I reckon we can. Get all of them running over here. There's a lot of units over there. Go and get all those men over here ASAP. Now, this general's going to take out a lot of us. But if we can just take him out early on, we might actually have a decent chance of this. Those javelin men are continuing to run away. Just chase them down. Keep them busy. That is what we want to see. And Temple Guard, just come and join the fray. There he goes. That's the general. Okay, that at the very least, even if we lose from here, we've killed their general. Right, all missile men, all missiles. Get yourself back here. Let's just try and regroup this army into as much of a straight line force as we can. In fact, we should probably make this a little bit, yeah, a little bit different in its formation. That will do very nicely indeed. Let's reset the line back here. Get some of these stronger lads in behind into that kind of a direction. Lovely. Everyone get running. Just take up a new position. That general is actually still fighting technically, but I don't really care. I just want to pull as many of my men in the right direction as possible. These guys are a bit out of position, so I'm just going to ignore the formation I've just set. And we'll just pounce on them whilst we have the opportunity. Just get into them, pick them off. You do the same with those javelin men, and you do the same with that chap over there. Those guys are running away. Just pick them off as much as possible. Go off fire. That'll be absolutely perfect. You chaps, just whoever's coming, just get them shot. Just keep them busy as much as possible. Right, all infantry back into position. That's obviously not how I asked you to be a moment ago, but it is how I'm asking you to form up now. Good. How are we doing? 31 to 49, and we killed the general. So this is looking how we want it to at this point, or at least as much as we could possibly hope. Right, those guys are shaken. What have we got over here? More temple guard. Okay, those priests, I think. Charge, charge, charge. You two, those are routing, but we'll just keep them routing. That's preferable. And yeah, at this point, we just want to try and get more and more of these men into the fray. Okay, you guys, they're broken. That's kind of unfortunate, but we'll keep this working for us. The Temple Guard. At this point, hopefully what's going to happen is we can face enough of them separately whereby we can take them out, because we know we've got the numbers and we surround them, that we can do this. Okay, there comes the charging behind. They're wavering. Flaming arrows are hopefully doing their job. We're struggling on this side. Those are priests of Kulan. I keep calling them the Hounds of Kulan, but that's not what they are, no. Okay, come on. Broken there, broken there. Good. Get into there instead. That will be perfect. Apart from you, you go and take on those priests, because those do need to be cleared out. You can turn and face them. Okay, Temple Guard are difficult to take out, but hopefully we've got enough men here to take care of them. Down to 24, down to 41. Okay, I'm just going to pull my infantry out of this for a moment. Get yourself out of position. Let's reorganise this and recharge at them. We've got enough men to do some brutal flanking manoeuvres here. Right, charge him. Charge in. You get around there. You get into there. Yeah, okay. This should be a nice flank at this point. Oh, yes. I don't really know where all their troops are, but I feel like we've probably just actually done a good job clearing them out. 47 to 64. As I say, if we've managed to outmove the other army correctly, we should actually, with this, have a surprise attack on Chichen Itza, which wasn't really what I was anticipating at this point in time, but it seems to be what we might well be getting. Right, that's almost all of them. That's the Temple Guard down to 16. You shoot those guys, go off fire for the moment. It could do with as many of them taken care of as possible. We've lost so much of our infantry. Pretty much all of our infantry has been absolutely brutally slaughtered at this point, hasn't it? At least the good guys have. Right, you chaps, off fire, all of you. Let's just reconsider where we are at this point. I think we have largely actually routed them all. I think what's left is largely odd spatterings of men who are running away. There's probably only like one or two who are actually fighting properly at this point. So best, I think, for these guys just to charge these down as much as possible. Yeah, actually, they're only wavering. I probably should actually finish killing them. Yeah, you shoot them. That'll be perfect. Those are some native warriors. We do have few warriors left, but I think they have even fewer. 50 to 69 at this point. I suspect a lot of them are simply getting away. There's not much we can do about that, as we well know. Right, what do we have left to take on? A few of them are fleeing this direction. We'll just have to do the best we can. You guys, yeah, you chase after them. But you should be able to turn around and finish them off. Likewise, you two chaps do that. And as for the rest of us, we might as well at this point start chasing them down in this direction. Native archers, you start. I just say run over there. There might be someone left to shoot. Who's down here, by the way? Are these my men who have fled at one point or another? I guess so. There's some enemy around here somewhere. Gosh, the trees are annoying. Okay, well, this ambush was a delightful surprise. This is a nice day of surprises today. There were good surprises. Sort where you get to kill your enemies and take out whole factions. And this, whilst it won't do that, to set us nicely on the way. I still can't see these guys. There must just be like one of them left. There we go. There's actually 34 of them. That's actually quite important to take out. They're decent units. So archers, in fact, all men at this point, because I think pretty much everyone is gone apart from this unit. So we better just take them out. They don't call that a heroic victory, but I would suggest it really, really is, in spite of the extra 300 or 400 men or so. No, I would say we've done a delightful job. We've taken out Votan, and we've taken out a big, big chunk of his army. How are we doing, by the way? A few healed warriors, particularly those Jaguars, do like to get themselves healed after the battle, but that That was very, very nice indeed, and hopefully sets us up well to take on Chichen Itza. Okay. Oh, we have another ambush, which they know nothing about. Well, wasn't planning on taking out these 3 random units here. We're planning on sneaking over to Chichen Itza, but if we have the opportunity to do that, then yeah, I reckon we should take these 3 out. Let's hit him. If you thought the last battle had too many trees, well, this one definitely takes the biscuit because I am truly stuck in the forest on this occasion. However, I reckon we will have them quite quickly murdered. So I guess that is something, isn't it? So let's get all of our men to charge on him, and hopefully we will clear them out. Here are the Jaguars. We should probably be focusing on getting those guys broken ASAP. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All the missiles in the world into the back. Please start getting... are they broken? They're broken. Okay, so that's good. At this point, we should probably just make sure that everyone else breaks. And very, very quickly, I think the battle will be won. In the end, pretty much all of them destroyed there. Just a few of the Nakan warriors, I think, got away. But on the whole, that should mean the army is as good as destroyed, or, yeah, it seems to be completely destroyed. Okay, the Apache camp. The big battles just keep on coming here today. So... he wants to take us on. So this little force is just 1 unit of Apache scouts. Okay. So we've got their faction leader who, I'll be honest, looks like he's got some brutal stats in here. But actually nothing to do with morale. So that is interesting. Probably for the best. Now I've got myself this army that he's going to take on. Which is, well, it's probably weaker on infantry than the other one, I suppose. Quite a lot of archers. Now, if he's going to sally forth, then we should be able to rain down the arrow in a quite concentrated manner. The question is really, what do I want to do with the reinforcements? Because do I want... oh, I can't see the army right now to remind myself. Yeah, do I want to take control of it or not? That's probably quite an important thing to consider. Right, well, either way, let's get into battle. Into battle we go then, and I've gone with a nice V formation here, a V formation of archers, obviously, to hopefully go and deal with these chaps. So they do seem to be sending the war chief over to that flank, which is not ideal. They are incredibly speedy, so let's just pull these lads back immediately, please. That would be lovely. Now, I have decided to take control of the reinforcements as much as possible. Go hit those Apache scouts, please. You just charge in. That will be marvellous. See, they do have a huge amount of men to attack our missiles, which is kind of unfortunate. Don't really know how we're planning to win this, but we're going to give it a try. Right. You, sir, get yourself... they've instantly routed. What is the point of them? What is the point? Just instant routing. They didn't even get touched. Absolutely ludicrous. We're doomed. It's early days, but I'm not feeling too confident right now. I'm going to have to flaming arrows and just start shooting them in towards the general over there. Now, if these guys would like to get back into battle, that would be absolutely lovely. I'm just sort of piling in on this flank at this point, but I'm not sure it's going very well. Well, the first army has officially decided to entirely flee. 36% dead, 17% of theirs, not particularly good. On the plus side, it does mean that our reinforcements can actually enter the battlefield properly. And hopefully they can do something. These guys, well, as long as we still win, I guess we get to keep them on the most part. But gosh, we've done almost nothing so far. So my second alternative plan here, the much more clever plan, is to let them run into the corner and me to run back into the centre. But sadly, they seem to have got the idea here, and they already seem to be racing back in this direction themselves, which is a bit of a shame, because I suspect we're not going to make it in time. No. Oh well, I guess we're just going to hang back over here. I suppose the one advantage we do have at this point is that they are going to be fairly tired, and we are, well, we've got a slight hill, I guess, but at this point, it's not really looking in our favour, but we'll give it a go. You'd like to think that they were absolutely knackered by now, but they're probably not. How are you looking? You're impetuous. I don't know about how tired you are. We'll see about that in time, I suppose. How are you two lads doing? I'm going to start charging over here. And we are hopefully going to start clearing them out very, 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 very soon. I'm going to go for fire arrows over on these scouts. See what we can do. We're going to get a bit of a hill charge on these guys. There we are. Got the break on one of them. Got the break on the second. Pull yourselves back, my good sirs. Pull yourselves back. There's the war chief. Flaming arrows on them isn't going to be so useful, to be honest. But what we can do, yeah, what we can do is hit him with a nice charge. We have the hill on our side. So let him get a little bit closer. Okay, and into that general. You, into that lad over here. Flaming archers, get yourselves into that lad. And let's see if we can hit them. Yeah, we're hitting them hard. We are hitting them hard at this point. They are not very happy about that. Okay, stop the shooting. We're going to get all the men to chase these down. And, yeah, just keep on going. In fact, archers, just shoot them at a distance, actually. Take the fire off. That'll be marvellous. Same with you guys. Just shoot them. Okay, into the general then. All infantry, take him out. What is he down to now? Just down to 3, I think I just saw. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Right, we do seem to be tiring him out, which is good news. The scouts are coming. They're a little bit split up. There he goes. Good news, good news. Right, infantry, back into... Archers. Archers, back into archery, please. And you chaps, back into your hill-like position. Thank you very much. Alright, they are coming in. Let's slow this down for a moment. You guys flame into these chaps. You guys flame into those chaps. And as for this chap over here, oh, he's just going to be slaughtered. There we are. They're broken once again. Right, this is now going the way we need it to. The Apache scouts over here seem to be holding just a little bit longer than the rest of them, but I'm hoping sheer numbers at this point will start to convince them that we mean business. I'm going to send people to charge through. There are some braves now coming in. Normally when you charge through, it does catch them out of position, then they start to flee. Okay, run back into position at this point. All missiles, aim at those Apache braves, please. They're broken. Aim at the next unit. Hopefully they will soon break as well. Yeah, we are whittling them down at this point. Into the back unit, please. That will be marvellous. Okay, this is good, this is good, this is good. It is indeed going well. Let's just keep on shooting into these lads. Okay, some missiles flying in. At this point, just charge, just charge, just charge, and yeah, get the men in. You guys get after those archers. They're annoying me at this point. And we should have the battle pretty much won. We did lose an awful lot of that first part of the battle, but I say that quite a few of them did manage to escape, so hopefully that will work out in our favour. Let's just let these guys wander past us and then we'll turn back into them. That probably makes sense for us, I suppose. And turn back into them. They won't particularly like how this is going at this point. Apache Braves are going to throw in a few missiles. And just pull back infantry, get yourself back on the hill. We can just let them keep coming to us. And they do seem to be coming in for one final go at it. And if I'm honest, I'm quite happy to start getting as much of a little retreat flanky force in as possible. Let's just start running these guys off in this direction. And swing them back into that direction. That's what we want to see. Have we actually got someone being chased down by them? Apparently we do. How ridiculous. There we go. That's another general down. I think that was the reinforcement chap. Marvellous news. These guys are going to chase these guys. And they're also going to catch up with these chaps who seem to be in the wrong position. Oh, that's unfortunate for you. Right, keep on following them. That is what we want to see. And at this point, yeah, we pretty much got them all missiles on these chaps. The last few infantrymen who are still standing over here, you run into those chaps. And at this point, it's pretty much mopping them up because we've killed 83%, 43 for them. At this point, honestly, we might as well just... yeah, look, this guy's probably just going to rout them all as he runs through them. It's going to be quite hilarious. One of them fought for a moment. And there is victory, ladies and gentlemen. There is victory. And with that, we'll end the battle because anyone who for some reason gets to survive this battle might well be able to join us, but I think they just all get killed. So, oof. Our armies were interesting. The first force did absolutely nothing at all, but the secondary army, oh, they did huge amounts of damage. They did almost nothing. They killed 17, but that's about it. Marvellous stuff. What were the kills overall? 1,091 men lost to their 1,200. You know what? We'll take it. We will take it. These people are mine now, and when I occupy, we should indeed see some brand new forces join us. The Apachean tribes are now gone. Oh yes, our glorious conquest of their dominion erupt through the realm. The French are not yet here, thank God, and that does mean that we continue to hold all of the north. Now. Chihuahua. We need to get this scout out here a little bit. Just see if we can see the Chimicheks at any point soon. Tongva, that one man needs to go down to the Navajo camp, because at some point we'd at least like to see them coming. So you can move in that sort of a direction. This chap, oh yes, we now have ourselves several new generals. With the Tarascans, we just got their city, but now we get ourselves a couple generals. Aspiring general, confident attacker, cruel and cunning, nomad. Oh yeah, the nomad trait's going to be marvellous, isn't it? And we have another one over here. I think this guy knew, didn't he? He knew. +2, healthy, that's very nice indeed. He's also got the nomad, of course. Okay, nothing too special, but the nomad trait is certainly one that I am very pleased about indeed. So, if we had money, we'd be able to lay a watchtower. Alliance announced, New Spain and the Chichimecs. Well, not sure what difference that really makes, to be honest. This place is ready to grow. How many people does that actually have, by the way? Not very many, only 2,000. Frankly, not very impressive. So, oh. Well, we knew this was coming. I suppose that forces me into action at this point. These three, were these here before? I don't know. I think they've just popped out of nowhere. So, right, we need to make our moves. Chichen Itza does have itself quite a lot of troops now, which is not really what I wanted to see. Now, Uxmal, you have a little bit more. Oh, there's so much to do. There's so much to do, ladies and gents. Oh, we were ambushed. Well, at least we know. At least we're just Hornet Lads. We're not even really an army at this point, are we? Okay. Well, at least we know there's a full stack there, and that's slightly worrying, to be honest. It suggests that we have to get Chichen Itza under siege right now, because could he make it? He can't make it right this second. Now we can't put under siege second because this army is not going to win. However, we can do is bring the two forces next to each other and then move for Chichen Itza. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I think we're going to have to try. So we're going to have to try and get these men around the side somehow. You hide in that patch of forest there. He can reach you, but if nothing else, if he does reach you, it might just be a distraction. We are not going to be able to win this campaign, are we? Not against the mines. I fear that one is not going our way. The Aztecs haven't attacked, which is unfortunate. Pulpo is likely to fall, but we will relieve them momentarily with probably this force here. This force looks pretty darn solid, so we need to clear those lads out. As for the rest of this, what do we want to do? We can send, I suspect, some of the trash lads up forward. You just move in this direction. You can move over to that little Chimichek town, or Chichimek town, so we'll take that in good time. Just got some peasants and some archers over there, no issue whatsoever. Right, I'm going to go and try and organise these forces, because I'd like to get some of my good armies all sorted out together. Just in case you wonder, by the way, how much survived with that first army. Actually, quite a lot. quite a lot survived, which is, I don't know, they were obviously terrible, so it's probably not worth that much, but it's something, I suppose. With the armies in the north beginning to get organised, it's probably time to relieve Polpo and launch the full-on assault on the Chichimek, who, yeah, they don't want to do this, do they? I don't blame them, but no, we're going to have to take them down. Now. I probably wouldn't mind, actually, taking them on with the slightly trashy army, but I guess we've got some good troops, so we might as well use them. Let's send this force in. We'll clear them out. This guy I'll just control. We'll won't worry about any of that. So they got the Chichimek Hunters. Nothing too much to worry about. Some Lancers who are fine, but we don't have the cav to worry about it. We've seen these guys before. Good at hiding, but not a lot more than that. Let's head in. Immediately then we're going to shoot them down with as many arrows as possible. They've chosen fire. I'm happy to stick with fire, albeit they're not looking too good already, are they? We're sending a few of our eagles out to the flanks just to see if we can pick one or two of them off if they're going to stand around. But they do seem to be charging us at this point, so we'll just bring ourselves back towards the line for the time being. The longer we get to shoot at them, the happier I am. So we'll just see how they decide to approach us. But they do seem to just be charging in pretty much the way all these battles go, to be honest. So we're going to grab these guys. They're going to swing out to that flank, actually. I think that will be a good idea. Get yourselves over there. You guys start running out into that position. And our archers, what are they wanting to do? They're the Lancers. We're going to shoot into them. We will now retreat, and that's fine by me. So charge in, charge in. You guys can just buy us some time, actually. Wouldn't mind, yeah, focusing on a few of the units over on this part of the world. Just ignore that archer there, and we'll just charge into those raiders. Our warriors can just stand where they are. And yeah, they're already routing over here. They are already routing. That's what I want to see. And you guys head into that flank, because we are going to smash into that unit over there. Good. They look like they're falling apart already. Archers, can you just pick off the hunters at the back? That's what I want to see from you. They're routing as well. Get into their flank. And we pretty much already wrapped them up, but we do need to make sure... There we go. Yeah. We're done here. What we do need to do, though, is make sure that we kill as many as possible. So it's a good thing we got quite a few of them ahead of the pack already. Because otherwise it's really hard to actually take out some of the guys when you're chasing them down, because we're all pretty much as fast as each other, so that's a bit of an issue normally. But I've got a few men here who can cut across, hopefully catch them out. Hilariously, if I can actually manage to get some of my men to the battlefield in the next few seconds, my reinforcement troops are right in the corner they're running to, so I could theoretically have managed to catch a few more of these, but alas, that's not quite how this is going to go, is it? No. Right, they are now turning all over the place. Sadly, there's not much more we can do, but we'll just pick up whatever we can. Even though the reinforcements are right there, they are running straight into them, but sadly that matters not. A few of their men managed to retreat, and obviously they retreat straight over in the direction of the castle we're about to conquer. Now, as for the next lads, we'll probably give those chaps a poke as well. Although, don't really want to get too far ahead of myself, but it doesn't look like there's too much ahead of me, so I've got to pick off a few more men. As we end our turn then, we have the Aztecs to take on in Zakapoo. Honestly, this isn't the most important battle of all time, but if we can survive it, it gives us a few more men to send north. So won't dwell on this one too long, but let's just see if we can manage to hold out. It's a simple enough affair. We're going to drown them in arrows as they try to approach the walls. Hopefully we'll be able to cause them a couple issues and a few deaths, but we'll see about that. A flaming ram wouldn't go amiss either, but you never know. We probably won't manage that. We've got plenty of men up on the walls to shoot the arrows, but not an awful lot to actually hold anything. To be honest, I've left all the infantry on the plaza because that's probably where they'll do the best work. So flaming shots into the ram. If it's not going to burn from all of that, I don't know when it will. So probably better just to start shooting everyone else. We'll give them one more volley. This should be as good a shot as you'll ever get in your life. But yeah, there's already quite a lot of men at the walls. The archers under attack might as well go on to guard mode for as long as possible. You trying to shoot into anything. Frankly, some weaker troops is for the better. Actually, it only works very well when you shoot into people like this on the wall. If you actually get the opportunity to, it's incredibly effective. Although whether the game will let us is a different matter. Now, this particular wall entry here is a glorious one if you want to... Oh, God, they're flanking those guys. Go on to guard. Yeah, it's a glorious one for like shooting them in the on-shield side, isn't it? But no, I'm not sure how much damage we're actually going to get to do here. Shoot to the bodyguard, to be honest, to see what you can do. How much have we killed already? 20%. Wow, okay. So whilst this is probably well over 20% of my army, I'm going to lose it very quickly, I imagine. They're, as we know, they're complete trash. So just a sheer amount of arrows seem to have done something so far. But at this point, we're going to lose this wall very, very quickly. Another nice thing from this position is that these chaps over here can shoot straight into the side of those Eagle Warriors over there, who seem to be pretty roundly beaten, actually. So maybe we'll just aim for the next unit instead. I imagine the 6 of them over here are dead. Yeah, they're very much long dead. No, they're not long dead. 16 of them here. Actually, they're still fighting. Very nice. We've held surprisingly well so far. These guys are gone. These guys are... Oh, I spoke too soon. Okay, well, you know, it's all fine. You guys just shoot them down to the best of your ability. We'll get some flaming shots into these chaps just to cause them a little bit of annoyance. Yeah, just shoot him. This angle will have to do for the time being. As for the plaza, well, we have things organised here so that we are as well guarded as I hope we can be. Better just leave actually a couple of these guys on this flank here, just in case they decide to come through this way. But they probably won't. We will just make sure it's covered though. A few men running back to the plaza at this point. Are we going to get to do anything with these guys? Not necessarily. Shooting to them if at all possible. Although, honestly, probably just best at this point to focus on them. Those jungle warriors are going to climb up here to take on these native warriors, who hopefully will hold for more than half a second, and the tower might be able to do something. But I suspect it'll do nothing of the sort. At this point, the archers are starting to get surrounded. Unfortunately, those who are left are fighting fairly manfully, actually. I'm quite impressed with them. These guys really just need to shoot the guys right next to them, please. No, literally, just shoot them. We've seen this many times before in Total War. The amount of damage it does when you actually just use archers on the wall is amazing. Right, they are coming in at this point. So, I think it's time for these javelins to throw in at the bodyguard, please. Flaming missiles, just honestly anywhere is absolutely fine. They're not coming into that position, so we might as well just grab this guy and start throwing in with him. And as for you chaps in the centre here, charge him, and see what you can do. We're on the plaza. We hopefully can hold out. Bodyguard is down to 17, and he does look like he's starting to get surrounded, which is good news for us. Some of their men are starting to trickle in, but they are very much damaged already. Look at that. Yeah, 34 is as large a numbers as I've seen there. So I suspect the flaming arrows will just start to just scare a few of them over the edge. Shaken, but not yet broken, unfortunately. We'll just keep on going with these useless javelin throwers. As for these chaps over here, they seem to be just about doing the job. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful work shooting down the Jaguars. You chaps keep on trying to help them out. We might just have a chance yet to defeat these lads. Bodyguard finally goes down. With that, their army should start to absolutely collapse. Single archer over here at the front is got... No! It's not Steve. He was guarding the very front there, but alas, he has finally fallen. And it looks like it's just a matter of time now. Getting on top of some archers here, just about to clear them out. That's ideal. Look at that, Coyote priests have been cleared out. Might as well actually go and clear out the rest of these Jaguars and help out our chums over here who, yeah, are still getting chunked away. There we go. We've cleared the wall. We've actually saved some of the archers, some of the brave archers who stood their ground. Well done, my good sirs. You've managed to hold out Where's the rest of my infantry? Clear out any of the rest of these guys. Who do we have? A few eagle warriors left on that wall there. Well, we'll let them whittle themselves away. Officially a heroic victory then. We still have 500 odd men to send ever northward. A glorious day for our peoples. So, seeing as you can't wake a person who's pretending to be asleep, that might well... oh, we've managed to we re-ambushed the same force. I think we just have. Now, the whole point of this is that we had the other men together. Anyway, very, very strange affair. I think we'll leave it at that, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Whether it makes sense to take these guys out right now, I don't know. I'll have to decide that one for us next time. It doesn't really fancy our chances, does it? No, we don't have an awful lot of men left. Maybe we'll have to do this together next time. But for now, I will leave you. It's been a very, very successful day. We've managed to take on both the Tarascans and the Apache today. So things back on the up. You can take out the Chichimec, and then, you know, it's just a matter of seeing where the mines go. And yeah, we'll see where we stand once we've dealt with the Chichimec, who I suspect with armies from the south and the north, I feel pretty darn confident that we can take them out. So there's life in this campaign yet. It looked a bit dicey on the second episode there, but then so the Papal States campaign, and that one turned out pretty darn well, all things considered. So we'll see where this heads next time. But for now, I will leave you. I'm Thomas. This is Nerds the Human, and this has been a Medieval 2 American Rebels campaign. Thank you, and bye-bye.
By Jove, it is a marvellous, marvellous day. Spiffing, one would say. Any one for Pims. He has seen the light. He's joined the anarchy. He is cruel and cunning. And you know what? He likes a little drink, and I think that's marvellous. La 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 la, chop your way through the peasants. One shot! No!